In this module, we'll be looking at a city case study, and for this I've chosen Manhattan in New York. Manhattan was previously inhabited by the Delaware Indians, calling it the Island of Many Hills, or Manhattan. The European, Henry Hudson, came next and established Manhattan as a trading post colony, as seen here. In fact, the Hudson River in New York is named after him. This small trading post was called New Amsterdam. And looking at the modern-day New York, the old roads of New Amsterdam are apparent in the downtown area. For instance, Wall Street, William Street, Stone Street, Broad Street, and so on. As New Amsterdam expanded into Manhattan, a civic identity of New York emerged. There was a shift from a company town to a proper municipality, along with the institution and initiation of educational, religious, political, and cultural aspects of society. The infamous New York Grid was drawn up by the Commissioner's Plan of 1811, the idea being to promote regularity and order within the public and increase the health and convenience of the city. It was designed to help with real estate, where New York would become a city of right-angled houses that were cheap to build and convenient to live in. I think this really reflects the design philosophy at the time. The issue with this idea is, of course, that there were few parks and many connections east to west, but not enough north to south. To fix this, there were the development of squares in more central locations, such as Union and Madison Square, and additional avenues proposed, for instance, Madison and Lexington Avenue, to help with the north to south connections. And of course, there was the addition of Central Park. If we think rationally, many suggest that Central Park was a necessity. A city needs its green space for happy residents. On the other hand, some might think that Central Park was in fact a lazy addition to satisfy this issue, where having one massive park is not necessarily the most efficient when it comes to traffic flows of people and efficiency. New York is synonymous with skyscrapers. They emerged in the downtown core business area as there was a high demand for commercial space and the rise of corporations. Simultaneously, prices of steel and construction dropped, and the grid pattern lent itself well to a skyscraper city. Up till the 1930s, there was a constant race for height and methods to sneak around some of the zoning and regulation. Famously, the Chrysler Building in race with 40 Wall Street, but soon after getting topped by the Empire State in 1931 with 102 floors. The Empire State remained the tallest building for some time into the 1970s. However, at the same time as the skyscrapers, there was also development in tenement housing in areas such as the Lower East Side. Population density skyrocketed, which led to crowded living spaces. However, laws and regulations attempted to better the living conditions, but New York still had stark contrast between the glitz of new skyscrapers and the areas of crowded living. So, New York is the city with many factors that shape it. Each place in the city tells its own story, and the combination of these evolutionary layers shape the urban identity. Modern New York has so much to offer architecturally, from the downtown financial district and history with colonialism, to the artistic Chelsea neighborhood and newly emerging Hudson Yards, to the Midtown Heights. Each area in the city is shaped independently to bring together a place full of character and quirks.